Here we go! Another video. Welcome, guys. Let me check my Discord and answer a question. Today, my man Polka is asking me thoughts on Sneako. Sneako! I love this question because I actually, coincidentally, happen to have watched quite a few of his videos. For those who don't know, Sneako is a YouTuber, a very well-known, quite big YouTuber. If you don't know him, like, I guess this video is kind of pointless. Or actually, maybe not, bear with me. My thoughts on him. I know there's a lot of people, if I read his comments, that love him and praise him as a modern day genius. And then there's a lot of people that hate him and consider him a sociopath narcissist. And now, of course, the only judgment that truly matters, mine. What do I think? I don't think he's as bad as his haters think he is. I don't think he's as good as his admirers think he is. I think he's just like, honestly, I think he's a really talented videographer who has a ton of insecurities and has a way with words. He knows how to express himself. He knows how to make things just like complicated and semi-deep and profound enough for his young audience to be impressed and to feel like, yo, that's deep. But the thing about Sneako is, and I happen to notice because I've actually watched a lot of his videos, and this is where the part comes in, where you don't really need to have, you don't really need to know what I'm talking about to find value in this video, is that he is actually a perfect example of one of my absolute, ultimate rules in life, which is when people tell you who they are, believe them. Please believe them. This happens all the time in all types of situations. There's so much chatter about how to find out if someone is being deceptive or manipulative, or like how to pick up on red flags. People love red flags, man. If they say this or they do that, or their eyes start moving, guys, you don't really need all of that. You know why? Because I have found that in most cases, people will tell you exactly at some point who they are. And now, I guess now you're waiting for like, what's the metaphor? No, there's not a metaphor. They will literally tell you in words, very descriptive, who they are. Think about it. Like, how many times have you been with someone that you may or may not know that, well or not, and have gotten to a point where they go like, actually, I'm just XYZ, or they'll say like, this will always happen to me, or XYZ, like. And then usually people go like, no, that's not true. You're not a bad person. You're not a loser. You're not a user. You're not this, you're not that. You're not a player. You're not a gold digger. Like, whatever the case may be, Because that's just this weird human thing that we do. Like, we love people can literally admit to the craziest stuff. And we'll make it our instant mission to just refute that and to make them feel better. When really, all they're doing is like they're actually being super honest. The funny thing about honesty is, the second that people decide to be honest and like really tell people like what they think and who they are, it's like, it's usually never really like perceived in a real manner. Like it's just immediately swept off the table for whatever reason. Like happens in relationships all the time. Guys who will literally tell girls like, hey, you know, I'm not really into, I'm not looking for a real relationship. I'm not looking for stability. I'm just trying to like smash and dash, and like girls will do the same. They'll tell a guy like, hey, I'm just having fun, and the other person will be like, yeah, all right, that's cool, that's great, like whatever, and then they'll still, you know, they'll be like, I don't got any expectations. I'm cool with all of that. I'm with all of that, like, you know, I'm the same. And then sooner than later, they'll get their heart broken and end up super frustrated and will blame the other person for, once again, doing XYZ. Now, to get back to Sneako, he has said so many times, literally, that that was terrible English, that he's a shitty person who's, well, I shouldn't say shitty. He's definitely alluded to being a little bit shitty. Oh. And being, I remember him saying that he was super bad with girls growing up, and that he fell victim to the stigma of being an Asian male in an urban community. And he was like, it's ages since I've seen this video, but he was basically talking about how young Asian males were not considered desirable by women or something like that, and like he never got girls, and girls wouldn't even consider him to be an option, something like that. And he literally talks about how that always stuck with him, and how that, you know, obviously destroyed his self-esteem and made him believe that the greatest goal in life is to be able to, you know, get women and get girls. And he seemed to have been like, because clearly he's a very intelligent young man, and very sensitive. So he picks up on all these things. He feels and sees all these things. And then, like, once he got through puberty, he figured out that, oh, if I use my social intelligence and my emotional intelligence to pinpoint weaknesses in people, to call them out on that, you know, to make a quick analysis, and then turn that around into a witty, dark, you know, sarcastic joke that'll hurt them, they'll actually think I'm interesting, because, yeah, you figured out one of the basic rules in life. If you're able to hurt people, so for some fucked up reason, they'll find you interesting and desirable. You know, if you're able to kind of like smush their ego into the ground and make them feel like shit, they are drawn to you. People like that stuff, especially young people. That works, you know, that's what the whole, you know, a lot of pickup artists and things like that are based on this notion of so-called negging, which means saying something negative to a girl because they're so used to hearing positive things. So in order to stand out, you have to say something negative, like tell them that you don't like their haircut or you don't like their shoes, and then they'll be like, oh my God, this guy is so different, so wow, he's special, because he's actually not telling me I'm a goddess. You know, so that whole thing is based on that as well. And he has said this multiple times. So that's really all you need to know. When people tell you who they are, believe them. So what do I think about Sneako? I think that he is just an intelligent, sensitive kid who figured out to combine his wordplay and his ability to put together shocking and semi-philosophical and deep statements, which really, I hate to be pretentious or like I hate to sound like I'm talking down, but most of the stuff is not really that deep. Like, I'm sorry, Sneako, you know, I apologize, but most of the stuff is really just him basically pointing out the obvious, you know, and people go like, oh shit, he's right. I am working 9 to 5. You know, smoking weed and scrolling social media every night. And I do feel worthless. Oh my God. Like, yeah. Like, it's not that, you know. So, yeah, that's what I think about him, man. He's blown up because more important than, you know, the actual things you say is how you bring it in a graphical sense. That's where I've always fallen short. In my YouTube career, I'm not a great editor, and I don't even have the passion to edit and make these incredible cinematic videos. If I would have tried harder, worked harder, and had more interest in that, then I'm pretty sure my channel would have been bigger, because I'm very aware that the things I say are more than good enough, content-wise, to keep people drawn. Now, he actually makes amazing visuals, which is still the most important thing on YouTube, especially for, once again, a younger audience, which is the bulk of the YouTube audience. And that's what he does well. And people need to stop getting mad at him for saying messed up things and for continuing to go for the shock value views, because that's just like, that's how he got on, and that's all he knows. And once again, he has told you a million times over who he is and what he does. So believe him. And if you choose to continue to watch his content, and stop getting angry, take it for what it is, and appreciate the honesty that he has already displayed multiple times. All right, those are my thoughts on Sneako. If you have a question, my friends, then please make your way over to the Q&A section of my Discord. You can join my Discord by clicking the link below this video. Ask me any question, and I'll make a video about it, just like this one. Thank you for being here. Stay safe, and don't forget, life is beautiful. Ciao, guys.
Hi, my name's Spencer. I'm a filmmaker from Chicago. I'm a person who struggled with anxiety, OCD, and mild depression for most of my life. I've seen many therapists and tried many different medications. Recently, I was kind of looking for something more, to get more motivated, to get more things done, and I had just come across Lorenzo's YouTube channel. I just started binge watching, and I became so inspired about his attitude, the way he goes about things, and he just seems so genuine, so intelligent, and I just decided to reach out because I thought if he could make it through everything that he had made it through and be succeeding so well now, that he must know something. And I can safely say he does. He's so much different than any other therapist I had seen before. I felt like more of a connection. I felt that everything that he was talking about with me was from experience that he had, and not just something that he learned in a book. And I think that's the biggest difference that I could honestly say. So he's helped me so much with motivation, organizing my life, more confidence, and the biggest thing is to live in the moment. And I really appreciate what I have and who I'm with and what I'm doing when I'm doing it. And that was something I've never done before. So once again, I would like to highly recommend Lorenz, aka Wounded Viking. Please hit him up for life coaching.